Wall Street Journal columnist Tim Higgins is out with a new article stating that the renewed executive churn we're suddenly seeing is a sign that Elon is back to work and more focused on his business empire now that his Doge role has come to an end. And joining us further to discuss all things Musk is Tim Higgins himself. So let's start with some of the executive departures. Of course, Linda Yaccarino probably being the most high profile, but who else, Tim?
Well, we saw Linda, of course, that's a big one for the X world. But in the Tesla side, one of the big names to see was the guy who is in charge of manufacturing and sales in North America and Europe. Not a household name like Elon Musk or some of his previous executives, but a very key fixer over the years. We've seen some others. It gets at this idea that we've seen from the Musk world in recent years that there's tends to be some churn, a high churn, especially in the sales area, people in charge of those areas kind of getting at this idea that sometimes Musk is the best salesman of his vision, but he seems to maybe not stick to the traditional sales methods out there.
And there was also one of the executives, I believe, in charge for European sales and so forth, with this idea that Musk himself, maybe that's what you're already referring to, was going to kind of take that back on again. Then I saw yesterday he was teasing, some big announcements coming, things like that, very bread and butter type of thing for him. But what should we expect now, Tim, in the months to come as this turnover happens and things start to settle down again? Or as he kind of reiterates his vision for the company, what should that look like?
It's in some ways it's not surprising to see people leave, because I think there are a lot of folks who are expecting once he gets back in the mix, the sun, if you will, he being the sun, is directly on some of these folks, and it becomes very hot. We kind of anticipating a constant kind of expansion of that driverless taxi service in Austin. We saw some of that. Remember, this started off very small. He has talked about how this is going to grow over time, perhaps hundreds of thousands by the end of next year. There's also that roadster that's hanging out there that he's talked about for many, many years, and kind of teasing yet again that maybe we'll see something on that by the end of the year. The kind of getting back to the core part of Tesla, building excitement in this company, that's probably job number one in the near term.